We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Tonight, a good one on Thursday night primetime. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday night primetime. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. Off we go from Pittsburgh. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
18, cock, go!
Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Okay,
they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Come on.
He'll drop to throw. Pass is caught. That's DJ Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here we go. 70, ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That pass reels it in on the right side. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
2nd and 6.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. Ready?
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Three. Ready.
They'll run this over the center with Johnson. He'll get about 2. Shamar Stewart, they're on the stop.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8.
Ready?
They'll go again with Johnson. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. They'll bring up 3rd down.
Of the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll look to throw. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
A loss of 7.
And these are the
It's
type of
fourth down.
splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Tom, here we go.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Here we go.
Here's a first down for their running back, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Gun. Shot. 180. 180 shot. Shot.
They'll run, and this is Cam Scatterboot. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
On 1, ready?
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 20-yard pickup there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
On 1, ready?
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. Takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That touchdown, number 11 on the year. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals move out to a 7-3 lead.
Evan McPherson with the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 2. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Come on, come on.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. The coverage right there. And it's knocked away. Incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And that will lead to a second down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
Second and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Right 80.
Tight end on the move left.
Stop.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. It's second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. A gain of 16 yards. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
At the 22-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. So we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. It's the Bengals on top. And we're back to the Steel City after this. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on first and goal.
On 2. Here we go. Stop.
They'll try to run this one in. trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals extend their advantage to 14-3.
Steelers 3. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Whoa! Past midfield. Look at him go! And they're not going to catch up to him. He brings it all the way back. 97 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. An extra point attempt to follow. He gets it to go. And the Steelers are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Steelers 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
On 1, ready?
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Gun. Cut. What? 11 MT. Cut.
Here's Burrow. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looks like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
11. Here we go. 180. What is that? Cut.
Burrow now. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
3rd and 2. Here we go.
Stop.
Back to throw. Burrow. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, mighty. 11. Stop.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down. And 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Bengals first down.
MT, Kate. 11, it's just set. Behind.
They'll run with Cook. And this tackle there, he pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 1, ready?
Here's 2nd and 6.
11. Gun. Dot. 180.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. They'll try to punch it in with Scatterboo, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Cam Scatterboo cut down Cincinnati. On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it, and the Bengals are out to a 21-10 lead.
Steelers 10.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Austin now to return this. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready, break.
On the ground is Jalen Warren. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Back to throw. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He's got a man. That's DJ Moore. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
47-yard line.
Come on.
A give, and here's Johnson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
That's another
19 more on that one, and another first down.
At the 35-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
At the 33-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Steady.
Here's a handoff to Warren. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
A gain of 10
We've seen this
yards.
trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
A run here with Johnson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
By number 20. Rashawn Gary on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Okay,
It
ready.
is 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Another run here with Johnson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Get it. Bronco.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete. Some more on the right side. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. The Steelers going to send out their field goal unit here. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180.
To throw is Burrow. And he's open middle of the field. It is caught. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson now for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Bengals add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw here down the field. It will fall incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Back to the air once more on second down. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big time ball.
Thomas. Gun. Shot.
A first down throw for Burrow. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. So now the Bengals use their third and final timeout. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
Here we go.
On first down, Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. A first catch there for Chase, and he's got a first down to go with it.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
Pass right side to Downs. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. He'll start at the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Shot. 180. Shot.
They'll start this on the ground with Scannable. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
Up the middle they go. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's 1st and 10.
Go, check. Go, check. Ready? Lights.
A run with Cook. Oh! And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 19 more on that one. And another first down.
Hey, Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for 3rd down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
Once again, it's Cook. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 18-yard line.
I'm one. Ready?
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Here we go. Behind.
Now a give up the middle. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Behind.
Scannaboo is in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Steelers 13. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away.
Calvin Austin on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. Check. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And you can see the coach on the sideline just kind of shake his head. He's got to have a conversation with his quarterback to just make better decisions. I mean, that was almost his 3rd interception of the game. He's got to just take a deep breath. Don't continue to force throws into bad spots. Take what's there, find the open target, and maintain possession.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. will start on the ground. And he's got a Bengals first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Handoff here, up the middle. He's got it. That's a first down across midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 14 on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience.
Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. But this is taken in by a teammate.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment. It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff, running right. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. It is 3rd and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
19-18.
Here's a run. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year on his McPherson for the extra point. He's got it, and the Bengals are able to extend the lead.
Bengals 42, Steelers 13. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Austin now to return this. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
They'll run this over the center with Johnson. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Thursday Night Primetime continues after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass. Ball's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
So, a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10.
Ready.
He's got a man. It's Metcalf. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
Ready, let go.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Right, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he's stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
And the
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Nice job climbing the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Now it's 2nd and 1. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. From a couple yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Go, Reed. Go. Here we go. Set. Cougar 19.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He gets this one to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll stay on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the set.
They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Ready, ready. Get it.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Ready.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's got the first down and more than that. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. And even 30 yards. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Ready, ready.
Snap to the air one more time. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That's a gain of 3.
On the jump.
A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. Moving to his right. mark him a yard short.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.